Introducing Antigravity 2.0, a new standalone desktop app for orchestrating agents. Less than a year ago, we launched the Google Antigravity IDE, which included the Agent Manager, one of the world's first agent-first GUIs on the market. Millions of users loved working in the Agent Manager, accelerating both their work as developers and non-developers. We've heard your feedback and built a bunch of new features. Combined with the recent leaps in Gemini model capabilities, we're excited to release Antigravity 2.0 and take a bold next step towards an agent-first world. Next, you'll see the Build with Google page. This allows you to install skills and plugins that hook into your favorite Google products. So in this case, we're going to install the modern web guidance, which helps your agent navigate the web and build the best possible web products. We're going to install the Chrome DevTools, and there's a bunch of other options that you can choose from. Centered around this idea of a project. You can add folders, add Git repositories, and this really serves as the launch pad for your agent. So in this case, we're starting a brand new project. So I'll go ahead and create a new folder, and we're going to be building a game. It's called Street Guesser. So we're going to add that folder as a project and dive right in. So first, I'm just going to ask it a quick question. Let's just warm up. What can you help me with? And it's a coding agent. It's also just a general assistant. It'll tell me some of the things that it can do, as well as some of the new commands and new features that are available in Antigravity 2.0. One of my favorite features is using my voice to tell the agent what to do. Here, I'm going to press the mic, give it mic access, and tell it what kind of game we want to build. So I'll press the button and say, how would I build a video game web app that lets users put in a city name or draw a bounding box around a map, then let the user guess all of the street names in that particular region. I'm open to using any API, but ideally keep it pretty cheap. And you can give me a couple of options on how this can be built. You don't actually need to build it yet, but I do want to see a pretty comprehensive plan for what my options here are. And why don't we add that we want this to be an artifact implementation plan. So we'll go ahead and send that, and we're using Gemini 3.5 Flash, which you can see it's really, really fast at putting together a pretty comprehensive plan for how to build a game like this. We'll open up the implementation plan. You'll see there is now an architecture diagram of what we can expect. I noticed that Gemini had a couple of open questions for me to answer before it can actually put together a comprehensive plan. So I'll go ahead and answer those questions just like I would in Antigravity normally by leaving comments on the artifact. So I'm pretty comfortable with the user allowing. I'll go ahead and click proceed. Antigravity likes to keep you in control, both from a safety perspective, and it's just good for you to know when it's running commands on your computer. Now, of course, this is configurable, but in the beginning, I want to get a feel for what sorts of commands the agent is running for me. So here, it's asking me to accept, reject, and whitelist particular commands that it wants to run. In this case, I want it to create this sort of app, and I want to install these dependencies, so I'm going to go ahead and press yes. But all of this is configurable, complete control over which types of commands you always want to run, and maybe some commands that you want it to ask you every single time. You can go ahead and enable that inside of your settings, and we have a bunch of options, including things like sandboxing and network permissioning that can get your agent dialed to exactly what you want. And just like that, Gemini 3.5 Flash has already finished the first version of our game. And it's telling me exactly what it built via a walkthrough artifact. And now it's suggesting that it can actually run my project for me so that I can open it up. So let's take it up on that suggestion. I'll say run it for me so I can check it out. The agent has now run npm run dev, which we can see right above our toolbar. And to view these sorts of background commands or background subagents, we can go ahead and click it, and you'll see the output directly on the right. And now I can see that my server is running at localhost 3000. And by clicking on localhost 3000, I can open up Chrome and see a pretty cool, pretty nifty version of this classic map where we can go ahead and guess. So let's go ahead and pick one of the coolest locations in San Francisco, North Beach. Let's go ahead and just try and play this game. It's kind of cheating because it did put a couple of the street names in the placeholders, so we'll go ahead and start with those first. All right, I think those are all the streets that I can name for the purposes of this demo. So we'll go ahead and surrender, and it looks like we got 14 out of 128. So that was pretty cool for a first pass. Gemini 3.5 put together a very, very good game here. But now comes the fun part. I have a bunch of ideas on various features and some of the design elements I want to add to my game, and this really is where Antigravity 2.0 starts to shine. We can introduce parallel conversations and subagents, and our agents are capable of a lot of sophisticated work. So here we'll start. Add a confetti animation. When you get a street right multiple times in a row, keep a streak counter and show confetti with increasing intensity the more you get it right in a row. The first one should not have confetti, but should light up the streak counter. And here I'm going to go down and select instead new Worktree. And what this will do is spin up a new folder with a copy of the code so the agent can run in parallel without interrupting my main flow. I'll go ahead and send that, and I'll start a new conversation, and we'll do something similar. Design me a trophy for when a user gets more than 50% of the street names correct. use image generation to give me something that matches the app's aesthetic. So while that's going, it looks like my first conversation is actually ready and giving me a plan. So I'll go ahead and review this plan. It looks like it's going to add an external library. This other one, it looks like the streak is done. So this will be fun to check out. So it looks like my image generation's finished, and I have a carousel of 3 different options. Those look pretty good to me, and it's actually modifying some of the code to make it so that these trophies pop up at the end of our game. So I'll go ahead and reload my app, and as you can see, I now have presets for North Beach, West Village, Treasure Island, and Dallas. Going ahead and clicking around, things look pretty good. And why don't we go ahead and play one of these games? So let's test my knowledge of West Village, New York. Perry Street, that's a thing, I do know that. Hudson, I guess we could do all the numbers, starting with 7th. We'll try 5, 4, okay, 4 looks good, 3, and now we have a bunch of confetti coming on the screen. It's actually kind of fun, and we're on a streak of 5. That is awesome. Okay, for the purposes of demo, let's go ahead and stop and try and let them see their game history and see their progress over time, and compete against their own high score. So this is a pretty complex task, because it involves refactoring a bunch of things throughout our application. So you'll see it doing a lot of research, both in the front end and in the back end, in order to put together a comprehensive plan. I'll go ahead and review this. It looks like it's putting together an entire database schema. It'll do some refactors on both the client and the server. And generally, this looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and build it. But this time I want to show you a new part of Antigravity 2.0, which is subagents. So I'll ask it to spin up a bunch of subagents to get this work done in parallel, then let me know when you're done. I'm excited to play this game when you're finished. And I actually had a second idea, which is, why don't you test yourself? So we'll use /browser, and we know a lot. 30 out of 45, there we go. Personal high score, 100% of the streets on Treasure Island, done by an agent. Now that's gonna be a really hard score to beat. But it got that top score. Honorary decree, Grand Master Cartographer. Now that we've played our game, I wanna set up something called a scheduled task. This is something brand new to Antigravity 2.0, and it lets you run prompts on a loop. So I'll go ahead and start a new scheduled task. And I really actually enjoy this game, so I want it to tell me every morning a new random location in the world that I can play, and maybe have it tie back to historical facts or something interesting about that particular region. And while I want it to be random, I don't want it to be a completely random part where there is no famous street that I just have absolutely no hope of guessing. So I'll add in the prompt that it should be something with at least 1 or 2 famous streets. So we'll go ahead and call this Morning Street Guesser. We'll have it run at 5 a.m. every morning, and I'll put in my prompt. Choose a random big city in the world that uses English street names, pick a subregion working for you. And just like that, there's your first look at Antigravity 2.0. You just saw subagents working in parallel, you saw Worktrees, scheduled tasks, image generation, the list goes on and on. On behalf of the Antigravity team, thank you for watching, and we hope you love what we've built. Check it out at antigravity.google.